everybody, it's Amy checking in with you for week 5 post-op. First, we'll go through my stats fairly quickly. I had surgery on March the 10th, 2016 at Rex Hospital with Dr. Michael Tyner. The procedure that I had was a biliopancreatic diversion with a duodenal switch. It's a modified DS, essentially. We call it the SIPS procedure. Some stats. Highest weight ever, started at the beginning of my preoperative diet. It was 401. My surgery weight was 379. Current weight is 349. So since surgery 5 weeks ago, I have lost a total of 30 pounds. Since the beginning of my preoperative diet, I've lost a total of 52 pounds. I mentioned on my last video that I was in a stall. I am still in a stall. I've only lost I think a couple of pounds in the last week. Hopefully it's coming to an end. It's weird, I lost quite a bit of weight very quickly, but now the past couple of weeks I've probably lost 4 or 5 pounds in the last 2 weeks, which certainly wasn't typical in the beginning. So still just doing what I need to do, getting all my nutrients in and trying to hit my goals. I reached out to my nutritionist to make sure everything was kind of on track, and she said, yeah, it's not unusual for people at my stage to be consuming about 650 to 800 calories, and I'd say I'm averaging about 650 per day. And protein goals are all really good. I'm getting well over 85 grams of protein per day. I think carbs, I'm averaging about 34 a day, 30 to 35 a day. Fats, low 20s. Sugar, I haven't even hit double digits yet. Fiber's about the same. So I feel pretty good. She seems to be pleased with those numbers as well. She just says it's time. And if anybody who knows me, patience is not one of my virtues. So I haven't noticed a big difference yet. Some people that I talk to, they say that they can see some weight loss already in, a little bit, like sometimes in my face seems a little bit narrower, I suppose. Or they say they can see a little bit in my midsection too. But, I just had a lot, I had like 220 pounds to lose. So, 50 or even 30 pounds is not going to make that big of a difference. But I understand I'm only 5 weeks out. So I have a long road ahead of me. So I'm ready for that. So in terms of that, I don't have a whole lot really new to report because I haven't lost a whole lot. But since my last update, I thought I would maybe show you a couple of products that I've bought. I haven't tried all of them yet, but these are some things that I'm kind of excited to try. I'm still technically in the soft food phase for probably another week. And then from there, I'll probably start introducing some different foods. That's what I'm getting conflicting information from my nutritionist office or my doctor's office, because I said, listen, I mentioned this in my last video, the documentation that you gave me says, I should only be on soft foods from weeks 4 until 6, and then after that I can start having regular foods and just as tolerated. So I asked them that because at my soft diet class they had said, well, you can't eat regular foods until you have until you get clearance from your doctor. So I said, listen, my next doctor's appointment isn't until June. And, it's April now. It's mid-April. So do I have to wait another month and a half to start trying some, relatively solid foods? Or do I go by your documentation, which says I'm only on soft foods for 4 to 6 weeks? So I reached out to a couple of people at the doctor's office. One who didn't reply to me, so I reached out to somebody else, and then they both ended up replying, but with conflicting pieces of information. The nutritionist said I should wait until I get clearance from my doctor, but the first person, who took a while to get back to me, came back and she said, I spoke with the surgeon and he says that after 6 weeks, as per the documentation that they gave you, you can go ahead and start trying to introduce foods as tolerated. Just try one at a time, see how you tolerate it. But that completely conflicts with what the nutritionist said. Now, I understand that surgeons are not nutritionists. Surgeons are scalpel jockeys, they cut. Cutters cut. Nutritionists are kind of, I would think, the authority when it comes to what you should be eating and how you should be reintroducing foods in your life. So I don't really know which one to do. All I do know is that I still haven't tried anything that made me vomit. Like, I haven't vomited at all since surgery. Knock on wood. So I'm not sure. There's a couple things that seem to be sitting kind of funny, and maybe that's because either, like I said, I took too big of bites, or maybe it's just a little too rubbery, a little too tough, and so I'm going to hold back. Like shrimp. Shrimp, I had some of, and it just kind of sat weird in my stomach. I didn't get sick. It didn't, make me barf. It didn't, send me running to the bathroom. It just didn't feel right sitting in my stomach. So I'm going to lay off of that for a little while. And mushrooms too. And now pre-op, for my entire life, I have loved mushrooms. Love them, love them, love them. So one of the first few things that I was making when I moved on to soft foods is I made portobello pizzas. So essentially I took a portobello mushroom and I, took the stem out, and then I took out all the brown gills, and then I loaded it with like mozzarella cheese and marinara sauce and some, really finely chopped vegetables. And then I just baked it in the oven for a while. And it was just like gooey and awesome. And it just looked so appealing. And I really enjoyed it. But I couldn't finish the whole thing, first of all. It was a portobello mushroom. It was way too big. I couldn't finish. I probably had about 3/4. But it just didn't sit right once again. So I didn't get sick. It just, I don't know. It just didn't feel quite right. So I'm bound and determined to get over this mushroom semi-aversion that I'm having right now, and I'm sure I will. And it does say in my documentation to try to avoid rubbery foods, and mushrooms are rubbery, so maybe I'll just cool it for a while. I had some mushroom soup, and it was totally fine. There's little tiny, nuggets of mushroom in there, and it was fine. It didn't sit badly at all, so I'm sure I'll get over it. It's just I'm anxious because I love mushrooms. So, a couple of products that I have purchased that I wanted to show you. And if you have had any experience with any of these products, I'm very anxious to hear what you think about them. So, 3 of them. So, here's 3 of them. I found these at the Fresh Market here in North Carolina. There are, 3 of them. Okay. So, I'll show you. So, they're all, what they are is they are pastas. But they are pastas that are made exclusively with water and beans. So this one is organic edamame and mung bean fettuccine. That's what it's made of. So in a 2-ounce serving, there's 19 grams of carbs. There's 10 grams of fiber. So there's a lot of fiber out of those carbs. 4 grams of sugar, 190 calories, 2 grams of fat, and a whopping 24 grams of protein. So I'm expecting that I'm going to use these. I'm hoping to maybe leave these in the pantry. I want to start using making zucchini noodles, and as well as spaghetti squash. I have been doing that, and that's really good. But this might be good just to keep in the pantry as a lazy Amy sort of night where I don't feel like cooking or making my own noodles. So I have this one. So this one is fettuccine, like I said, made with organic edamame and mung bean. I also have one which is organic edamame made with into the shape of spaghetti, and essentially has the same stats. Yeah, 24 grams of protein. That's in 2 ounces. And this last one, I've heard a lot of buzz about, and they say that it's really good. It's once again, it's in the shape of spaghetti, but it's made of black beans as opposed to edamame or mung bean. This one actually has a little bit less calories, 185 calories in 2 ounces, 2 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbs, but 12 of them are fiber. And there's 5 grams of sugar and 25 grams of protein. So it's a great source of protein, and I'm hoping, it doesn't look terribly appetizing on the package, does it? Kind of looks like worms. But I'm sure once I pour some marinara sauce on it or something, I'm sure it will be better, right? So if you've had or tried any of these products, these noodles that are made out of beans and water, let me know what you think about them. I haven't tried them yet. Like I said, I'm hoping to keep them in my pantry as a staple. They're not exactly, excuse me, got something in my eye. They're not exactly cheap. They're not super expensive, but the name brand of them is Explore Asian. Authentic cuisine. A lot of people, I posted some of the stuff on Facebook, and people are asking me questions. Yes, I got it at Fresh Market here in Cary, North Carolina. Now, if you don't have a Fresh Market, I did find that if you went to their website, you could buy them on there too. And I've actually heard that somebody bought, I think it was this one, the edamame spaghetti. They bought it at Costco. Of course, you probably get a pallet of it for who knows how much. But you might want to check it out if you haven't. If I remember that I did this video in the future, I will write a review on those particular products. Oh, speaking of kind of pasta, is I bought this pasta. I saw it at Trader Joe's here in the States. I'm not sure how prevalent that store is all over the States or whatever, but I saw it. It looked kind of interesting. So once again, it's a pasta. It's rotini made of black beans. So under the ingredients, it says there's one ingredient, organic black bean flour. So in a three-quarter cup, 200 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 35 grams of carbs, but 15 of them are fiber. 2 grams of sugar, 14 grams of protein. So these other ones seem to be a little bit better for you, but this might be an all right alternative in the future. And I'm hoping, because it's in rotini form, that when I do cook it up, it won't look like worms. But we'll see. A product that I bought pre-op, I was so excited about, dropping everything. Something that I was really excited about and I was really scared about before, surgery is giving up bread. I'm sure a lot of you can probably relate to that whole concept of giving up bread. Bread has been the love of my life for a very long time. And the whole notion of giving it up was really terrifying. Now, once again, I'm 5 weeks post-op now, and I've not had bread. I've not tried a piece of English muffin. I'm kind of scared to try bread. My doctor said that if I, have too many carbs, then I will get sick. And I'm afraid of trying it. I'm afraid of being able to tolerate it, and then I'll eat it more. When I eat it more, then you'll crave them more. So I've been kind of avoiding them. In fact, yesterday was the first time I tried, maybe I did try part of a bread product. I tried a bite of a wrap. We were out somewhere, and I got, my husband got a grilled chicken wrap, like wrapped in a, tortilla thing. And so I had a bite of that, and I was scared because number one, we were out, because what happens if I do have an aversion to it? Now I got to book it to the bathroom, and I was not looking forward to that. But I tried it, and it, unlike the mushrooms, it sat totally fine. Like, I didn't feel uncomfortable with it or anything. But granted, I didn't have very much of it. But anyway, I'm rambling, and I'm sorry. This product, I bought it online on Amazon before surgery, and it's called Carb Quick. Essentially what it is, it's a low-carb replacement for Bisquick. So it says 90% fewer carbs than the leading brand of Bisquick. No trans fats, no hydrogenated, net 2 grams of carbs. That's what I wanted to show you. And it's got some recipes on the back as well. And essentially, let me look at the nutrition. Okay. So it says the serving size is 1/3 of a cup, which is essentially going to be the same as 1 biscuit, I guess, if you're making biscuits. So in that, there's 90 calories, 6 grams of fat, 16 grams of carbs, 14 of which are fiber, 0 sugar, 2 grams of protein. So the net carbs is going to be 2 grams because, like I said, 16 grams of carbs, 14 of which are fiber. So I thought this might be an interesting thing to try eventually. Certainly, it's too early for this for me now. But like I said, it's got some recipes on the back here that I might check out. So there's, cheddar cheese biscuits. Who doesn't love cheddar cheese biscuits? There's a pizza. There's waffles. Chicken parmesan. So I guess if you want to use this as a breading substitute. I don't know. And then turkey vegetable pot pie. I don't know if I'll try that. But I like the idea of having waffles again, or making some biscuits. I have seen a lot of recipes for that cloud bread, which is essentially breadless bread, which I might try eventually. But it's a little premature. But I didn't like the idea of having to give up bread forever. And I probably won't. I'll probably be able to have bread again at some point in my life. But I thought, hey, maybe I'll check this out and see if it's any good. We're down here in the South in North Carolina, and let me tell you, biscuits are real. It is a real thing. And my husband, although he hasn't had, the surgery, he's certainly trying to cut back as well. So I thought, well, maybe someday I'll try to make these out of this mix and biscuits, and he, a real Southern boy, can tell me if they are legit, if they would be a valid substitute or not. So it says that the website, if you want to check it out, you could just Google Carb Quick. Like I said, I bought it on Amazon. I believe this box, which is 3 pounds, I believe I bought it and it was like $13 on Amazon, which kind of sounds expensive. But like I said, I imagine this mix is going to last me a while. But, you know, stranger things have happened. So there's that. One last product, and in fact, I bought this on Amazon. You know, I'll buy anything on Amazon. I am a sucker for Amazon Prime. First of all, I should tell you a little bit of my background. I am half Indian. My mother was born in India. So curry runs in my veins, and I miss curry. And I love Indian food. The problem is I love naan, which is Indian bread. And you can give me any sort of curry. As long as you give me like a ton of naan, I will soak it all up because I love naan. I love Indian food. I love curry. So I bought these sunflower seeds. They're by a company called Super Seeds. And these are gourmet pumpkin seeds. And they're flavored with curry, which I thought might be really interesting. Maybe to sprinkle on my salads, maybe to just snack on. So in terms of stats, in a quarter of cup, 160 calories, 13 grams of fat, which is a little high, but that's not unexpected for a seed or a nut. In terms of carbs, only 3 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 0 sugar, which is great. And as I've mentioned, sugar is something that I'm definitely focused on as well as carbs. One second. Somebody's calling me at work. I'll call them back. What was I saying? Oh, so 0 grams of sugar and 8 grams of protein. So even if I sprinkle some of this on salads, or if I just want to munch on that might be okay. So I'm going to try them. You know what? I'm going to try one right now because I'm excited and I can't open the package. Why do they make these packages so hard? That's why it doesn't cost anything. Okay, here we go. I'll try one. Let's see how real this curry flavor is. Okay, that tastes like curry. It tastes like pumpkin seed too, which makes sense because that's exactly what it is. I like that. I like the curry powder. I mean, I don't know if you like, you know, ethnic foods or Indian foods, but there's a warmth associated with, you know, it just feels warm and comforting. And maybe because I'm used to my family making them or making curry, and like this tastes like my grandmother's kitchen. Does that make sense? But it's not bad. It's not bad. There's no shells, which is nice. It's just pumpkin seeds. You can see them there. That's good. I'm going to try that. I believe they have other flavors as well. I saw somebody recommended them, and I think I saw like sea salt as well, but curry is ultimately what piqued my interest. So I'm like that. That was a good purchase. What else? I think that's it. That's all the goods that I've got for right now. I need to get back on drinking more water. I've been hitting my 64 at least every day. Oh, and that's another thing. My nutritionist cleared me to have caffeine again, which is good. I've been drinking coffee, but I've been drinking decaf coffee. So now I've been cleared to have caffeine. Last night we were out and I was cold. That's one thing that I've noticed. You know, I probably don't look like I've changed all that much, but I'm cold all the time. And I don't think that it has nothing to do with me losing weight. Maybe I'm just cold. But anyway, we were out last night and we were at a bowling alley and I was freezing. I was just freezing. And so I got a hot tea. And of course, they didn't have, it was a bowling alley. They don't have decaf tea. And I didn't want to add any cream or anything like that. So I just had a tea, a regular tea, full caffeine. And it was good. And I didn't feel any weird effects for it. So anyway, my nutritionist told me that as long as I feel like I'm getting in all of my, my liquids per day, then I can go ahead and reintroduce caffeine back into my diet, which is nice. But, to be honest, I'm just drinking mostly water. I mean, I used to drink Coke Zero all the time. And certainly that has caffeine, but I'm not drinking Coke Zero anymore. So the only caffeine I really get is going to be through coffee or tea. And I'm okay with decaf for both of those. Unless, you know, I need to pick me up. Oh, I bought some Mio. You guys know Mio? I don't have any here. But I saw them that they have Mio in coffee flavors now. They had regular coffee, and then they had French vanilla coffee. So I bought some of that, and I didn't realize until afterwards that it's not completely sugar-free. It said like 15 calories per whatever squirt or something. So I've not tried them yet, but I thought might be worth keeping it in my purse or something, maybe trying it. But right now I'm just focusing on keeping it sugar-free when I can, and mostly water when I can, but I couldn't do that here, so I ended up, I just add some of that, what was it? I don't have the container. It's Nest tea, but it's half iced tea, half lemonade, but it's sugar-free. It's delicious, and so I dig that. Still drinking 2 protein shakes a day, and then basically 2 meals per day. So things are going okay. I'm plugging along, doing the same old thing, even though I'm not seeing any results on the scale yet. I will say that I do feel a little bit different. My clothes fit a little bit differently, but not vastly. But that will come with time. Anyway, thank you for sticking around and listening to me. I really didn't have a whole lot to talk about today because I haven't moved a whole lot on the scale. But now I see I've been rambling for almost 21 minutes. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for your comments and your support. I love you all very, very much. Please continue to provide me with some feedback. Like I said, if you've tried any of these products, you want to give me some feedback on. If you have a channel that I'm not currently subscribing to, please let me know because I would love to follow you. Yeah, I guess that's it. So I'll try to catch up with you. Hopefully when I come at you next week, I will have lost some fucking weight. Sorry, pardon my language. Like I said, patience is not one of my virtues. I have many virtues. Patience is not one of them. So bear with me here. Thanks for coming along this journey with me, and I'll catch up with you on the flip side. See ya.